Sinisteve. Hey YouTube, Sinisteve back with another video. They know what I've been picking up and playing. I'm going to try and get these out monthly. Last update was obviously November, and obviously Christmas is coming upon us. Hope you're all keeping well and all ready for it. Last month I've been picking up quite a few Amiga bits. Obviously I'll get to all that, but I haven't really been playing the arcades that much recently. But I had a good friend come down mine a few weeks ago, and I put Street Fighter 2 back in the middle cab. He absolutely owned me on it. It's a game I'd still love to get better at. I don't think you learn too much playing against the computer. So, well, I'm going to try and practice a bit more, but I'd love to get a bit more one-on-one action. A few mates to get better at it. Maybe even play it on the Switch more online. I don't know. There's a little bit of lag on the Switch, but I think it'll up my game. So today I've got a bit of Salamander on the go, and Gun Frontier as well. Got an original board in there. That one's just still playing MAME. But coming round, I've been playing a little bit of Wild Guns on the PS4. My PS4 doesn't get nearly enough use. I keep toying with the idea of getting maybe the new FIFA on it. I've always been a FIFA fan, and I don't know, I just haven't really been playing the Xbox that much. To be honest, I haven't really been playing any new games. It's mostly been, I've been just messing around with Mega Drive and Amiga. But yeah, pretty cool game that. And then panning around on the little PVMs. I've just got my C64 on the right, and this is the Game Boy Advance player through the GameCube. Just messing around with a bit of IK Plus. Million times better than the PS2 release. Oh sorry, was it the PS1 release? I can't remember. I know I was playing it on one of the PlayStations and it wasn't very good, but pretty good on the GBA. And another game I've picked up. This was a Facebook, either Galaxy Sega or Retro Realm. A bit of a bargain with that. I think it was something like 30 odd pound posted. I think it's about £32 posted, something like that. Really, that's nice condition, all complete, manual and whatnot. Box in really nice shape. As you know, these ballistic boxes can be pretty rough, but really nice copy. Been cleaning a few discs as well. Alex Blue Tonic 78. This is what you want to get hold of for your Amiga discs. Bit of vinyl cleaner, any state vinyl cleaner. And yeah, I know I sent you the link for one of these disc cleaners. So all it is a little jig, put the discs in there, keeps it open, spin it with this, clean it with a nice lint-free cloth. Honestly, I reckon I'd bring back probably 8 out of 10 floppy disks doing that. It's a great little way of bringing them back to life. And then as on the C64, been messing around with Donkey Kong. This has been a remake, and it's been brilliant. I was actually talking to Retro Dave about this the other week. It's supposed to be almost arcade perfect. That's weird. I don't know why that's not focusing. Now there you go. I'm sure I told you the other week, Dave, I got about 80,000. I'm just completely blagging that. It wasn't there at all. So I was actually wondering whether it was arcade perfect. I thought it was a bit easier. But no, really good. I'll do a little bit of gameplay on that. See what you think, Dave. See if it can match up to the Nintendo arcade. Then another pickup I've had off Mark, Burnt Out Culture. I've bought a few PS2 games from him. Raiden 3 was the first one. I'll show the others. I'll get a I'll get on the camera and do the rest of my pickups. But he done me an absolute great deal as a top guy, Mark. Thanks a lot for that again. And also today I've been playing a bit of Robot Arena, and I said when I got this Vic Fever, I was going to do a not necessarily a review vid, but just tell you what I thought of it really, because it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, there's, how many games are on there? I think there's about 5 games on there. It works as a flash cart, and obviously it's got that little LED on there that obviously goes off when you're playing things like Asteroids and Asteroids Deluxe. But this Robot Arena, again, I'll do a little bit of gameplay of this at the end as well, for anyone's interested. Because it's a twin stick shooter, and I know a lot of people's been making their own custom joysticks. I have not got any time for that, so I've just been using the second controller, and obviously it's a twin stick, so move with one, shoot with the other, all analog. Really cool little game. But as I say, you've got a lot of other good games on there as well, and I really like that Vec Fever. And it's mad the value of that. Well, I say the value. I've seen one on eBay sell for, I think it's about over 800 quid. So to be honest, that's probably one of my most expensive games as such, and for a homebrew, that's unbelievable. I should really do a little a thoughts vid on that really. And then on the Amiga, again another couple of pickups. Again, I'll get in front of the camera and show you the rest, but I've been playing a bit of Beach Volley, which is a really cool game. I do remember, I know Big Mike is a fan, and he sort of jogged my memory to it. Not cheap, the big box variant, you don't really see it very much, and that really annoys me when that scrolls like that. I've got this in a bundle. Again, I'll give you the details of it when I show you the rest of the bundle. But I also bought the Hip Squad release as well, because it was in auction and it was literally £5 posted. I ended up winning it for. I don't know why I need more than one variant, but yeah, really cool little volleyball game that's absolutely rock hard. And obviously still playing a bit of Outrun. Absolutely love me Outrun cab, and it really is looking nice as well. Now I've got all the locks and stickers on there and whatnot. The monitor could do with a cap kit. It could be a little bit brighter and take a bit of time to warm up, but it's not too bad at all. It's a lot better than I've seen out and about. Also, I added this to my games room. I was getting fed up with, I don't know if you remember, I had speakers behind the monitor, like on top of the monitors, which looked rubbish, looked all cramped. And I've got me floating shelves back up. I'm not a fan of the cables, but there's not much I can do with that unless I'd drilled it out to start with and run it down the back of the wall. But I picked up these shelves. IKEA, obviously all pre-finished. They're actually like bookshelves. It's got like a little groove running across there. And I done my little girl's bedroom the other week, and my wife was like, yeah, we'll pick some of them up, get her books on the shelves that she likes. And I was like, yeah, I've got a better idea. I could put a few of my games on display. And yeah, I put them on the house account as well, so it didn't cost me anything. Well, half at least. Another one I picked up was Shadow of the Beast 2, which, again, it's another Side Notice game. Great box art. I was never a massive fan of the series, to be honest, but I've got all the Shadow of the Beast now, all the big boxes, so happy with that. But anyway, I'm going to get in front of the camera and let you know what deals I've been getting. Right, I've got a ton of pickups here, mostly Amiga. Again, a few more PS2 games from Mark I'll show you, and that's pretty much it. So yes, just Amiga and PS2. I haven't really been picking up anything else up really, but I'll get straight to the point. I picked up, I can't remember if I showed this on the last video, but Battle Squadron for the Amiga. Again, one you don't really see that often. All in pretty nice neat. There's a little bit of a squash on the front, but all good stuff. Really happy to get that. That was, I got it in a bundle for about 80 quid, and that was pretty much the only game I wanted in the bundle. So I literally just obviously put the rest of the stuff together, put it with another Amiga I had, and just sold it and got most of my money back. But also in that bundle was this Turrican box, which is a bit rough around the edges, but funnily enough, this was an Atari ST box, but as you can see, it literally takes the sticker off. And I know, again, talking about Alex Blue Tonic, he says exactly the same thing. Most of them, they're Amiga boxes to start with just stickers on the top. I mean, I've actually seen games where it's printed Atari ST. I know that New Zealand Story, it's all printed, but yeah, literally removed that sticker, and I already had the disc anyway, Obviously got the poster, instructions already in there, but no disc. Sorry, yeah, it did have the disc. I'm just being stupid, but it was the obviously the Atari ST disc. But I had in my bunch of floppy disks laying around a Telekin disc, so that sort of completes that off. But it is a bit of a rough copy, to be honest, a rough box on that. But again, that sort of completes the Telekin series I've got now. So I had 2 and 3 all in nice condition. Telekin's a bit ropey. I'll give it a 6 at best. But yeah, happy with that. And in this one, I put an offer in. It came up. It was on eBay for I think 20 quid bid or best offer, and I thought I'm not going to offer a cheeky offer and then just obviously gets rejected or ignored or whatnot, and then somebody else puts in a better offer and lose it, because it's a game you don't see that often. And I remember contacting Paul, Mr. Bads, and he said it's pretty much going rate, and it was Bob's Bad Day, and I offered 35. I offered for it because again it's a game you don't see often. Still have never played it. I haven't even tried it. Usually when I get these games I do at least try them, but that I'm going to leave that on the side because literally I've not tried it. I know it's some sort of puzzle game, I believe. Moving on to the single game pickups. This game I saw it on retrogames.com or whatever that site is. They're pretty good there, to be fair. The prices are obviously on the high side, being a reseller and whatnot. But I'm sure they've got this for something like 20 or 25 quid. And again, it's a game I don't know, I've never played, but I was a big fan of Sport of Kings on the C64. It's a horse racing betting game, and it's Grand National, made by Elite. Again, I still haven't tried this. This one only came yesterday. It's probably one of the newest pickups. Some of these are dating back sort of 5 or 6 weeks. But this, yeah, it came yesterday, so I haven't actually tried it yet. But again, 20-25 quid on there. I have no idea what the going rate was, but it came on eBay auction, 99p start, and I think it was about £2.80 postage, and I ended up winning it for £1.70. So in my eyes, a complete bargain, because I was willing to pay. I put in a maximum bid of I think about 12 quid. Yeah, got it for £1.70. So yeah, well happy with that. Another one, and this game is absolutely dreadful. Barbarian 2, big box. Again, not in bad condition, but yeah, it's a pretty dreadful game. Like nothing on the original game. I think it's all about Maria Whittaker on the cover art. This one, again, I know on eBay this seems to, well, people want silly money for it. Again, I'm pretty sure I probably paid going rate because I won it at an auction. So, but again, it came in lower than I thought. I believe I put in a maximum bid offer of something like, I don't know, 36 quid, and ended up winning it for I think around 30. And it's a Star Wars trilogy, so you got all 3 Star Wars games in there, and they're not too bad actually. Again, like Big Mike was talking to me about this and said that like the original Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back were like the arcade ports. Again, like Return of the Jedi as well. Return of the Jedi don't play nearly as good as the arcade, but obviously you're playing it on a raster monitor rather than a vector monitor with the original 2 games. But yeah, you put the mouse in. It was it was quite playable actually. I was playing it for a bit, and then moving on to these 2 games. It was both from the same seller, and again, they were best offers again. They was in auction. I quite like that about eBay now. You can start it on whatever you want, but still have offers. And I saw these come in, and I just sent him a quick email. I said, look, would you combine postage? He said, yeah, not a problem. And I think it worked out about 18 quid posted for the 2. And the first one is Swiv. It's a Silkworm 4. So yeah, really nice copy of this. The next one isn't in as nice condition, but I've got the small box release of this, same as this next one. But yeah, all working, all fine, all tested. And then the next one is Xenon 2 Mega Blast in the 3/4 box, and the box is in nice shape except for literally this bit of damage there, which if I can upgrade the box on that at some point I will. But again, under 20 quid posted for the 2. I think that's a pretty good deal. Then what else we got? I'll go with this little bundle. Yeah, I'll go with this little bundle. This was actually a Facebook bundle. Where was it? A guy down in Eastbourne. I've started looking at that now. I think a lot of people are going onto Facebook Marketplace and Spock, Gumtree, not so much, but obviously the free listing sites. And I do keep my eye on them. And yeah, this one come up on a Facebook group. Sorry, a Facebook Marketplace. And again, it was just offers. It was just like free, but offers. And I can't remember what I offered up. But I won't show it all anyway, but there was quite a few. There was about 10 magazines. What magazines were there? There was a few Zap magazines, all like the inside posters and everything was in there. That was in actually really nice condition. I don't really keep magazines down here, but I will have a little look through them at some point. And how many other games were there? I think there was about 8 games, but this is the pick of the bunch anyway that I'm going to keep. Absolutely dreadful port, which is Chase HQ, but really nice condition, really minty box. And long time viewers will know I'm a massive fan of Chase HQ. Even though that port is absolute rubbish, but I like the art on it, so yeah, I'll take that all day long. But I'm trying to think of the price actually for all of these. I think it worked out something like 30 quid postage, which because of the magazines it was quite heavy, so I think it cost them about 7 quid to post. But this was one of the reasons I wanted it for, and it's Toki. I know Jay Cyber Snake has just got this re-release version on the Switch. Pretty cool little game. And it's actually a good port on the Amiga. Can't go wrong with a, well, I say you can't go wrong with an Ocean game, but Chase HQ is dreadful, but no, pretty good that. And again, really nice condition. Probably worth, I don't know, 25-30 quid on its own. And then this one, which Pro Tennis Tour 2. I'm a massive fan of this game. This is my 3rd copy of it now, and the box, these Ubisoft boxes are just like they're really thin, and you can see the difference in condition of my one. So that's just a really decent box upgrade. But this is a brilliant game, Pro Tennis Tour 2. It's a game you can play 4-player and link. So yeah, really happy with that. Even though being a sports game, I know a lot of people won't really like it, but brilliant. That's a brilliant game on the Amiga. Now this one, I had this. This was on my shelf in my last video, and anyone around my sort of age, 35, should remember this from school. And it was in a bundle. I didn't want to buy the whole bundle because it was, even though it was a really nice Amiga. I think it was an Amiga 1200. No, it was an Amiga 500 plus, as well as it was all boxed. Had the monitor, had it like a lot of software with it, but I had nearly all the games. I remember it had Lotus Trilogy in there as well, and to be honest, I maybe should try buying that as well, because I mean my box isn't amazing, and I think a lot of that stuff was in good condition. But I just didn't want the whole bundle. But I was flicking through the pictures, and something caught my eye, and I was like, wow, I didn't realise they hadn't got an Amiga release. And I went again. I think I went to Mr. Bad's again. He put me onto a website. Yep, had an Amiga release. Even on Wikipedia it said it had an Amiga release. But I remembered it more from the BBC Micro at school. And from that, it is Granny's Garden on the Amiga, which is in lovely condition. Like obviously all there, and the guy that owned it, like I put him an offer. Like I said, I'm only really interested in Granny's Garden, and I didn't expect him to accept an offer or any, like you get a lot of these people. They're just like, no, I just want to sell it as a bundle. Don't want to mess around with it. And fair play to him. I said, look, I've no idea what it's worth. I just offered him 20 quid. I said, I'll give you 20 quid. I'll pick it up. And it was, it wasn't that far from me. Funnily enough, the reason I know it's it was on the shelf last time is because it was. I picked it up on the way back from picking up another big bundle that I showed on my last video, and so I didn't have to go out my way or anything. And yeah, he listed it separately, and when I went and picked it up, it was he was an old boy, lovely guy, absolutely lovely guy, really posh area. Tell he really looked after it. And I've actually completed it as well. I was playing it with my little girl. I've got a little, she's nearly 4, so I know that I think this is for around sort of 9-year-olds, 7 to 9-year-olds, something like that. And yeah, completed it, all works fine. Yeah, it was a real sort of blast from the past with it. I mean, it hasn't got the old like teletext graphics or anything like that. No, brilliant. I mean, there's YouTube videos on there of people playing it. So yeah, check it out. It's really, really decent. Sticking with Amiga, I'll tell you what, I'll go with these ones. Again, another big bundle I picked up. And to be honest, it was one of the games was Beach Volley, which I know to get. I was talking to Mike about it again. He was putting a price, I think of around 80 quid on it, on Beach Volley, big box Beach Volley. I'm not sure. So I've never seen it, to be fair. And again, I don't think Mike has either. I know Mr. Bads has got a copy because that guy's got everything. Bit jealous, but yeah. This, as I say, the bundle was on there, and there was a few tastier titles, a few titles I didn't have, and I thought, yeah, my new trick. I shouldn't really be saying this on camera, really, but my new little trick. If you're interested in the bundle, obviously, or interested in buying anything out of the auction, eBay have got sort of all the bases covered with it now. Obviously, you struggle to send contact details, but what I usually do, and my little trick, is first of all, don't offer anything. Don't seem too keen, but ask. Just type a little message saying I'm really interested. Could I have more pictures? Could you send me more pictures? And then what I usually do, I'll be like, oh, if it's easier to send them via WhatsApp, and then just put my number in there with, I don't know, a little emoji in the middle, because you can't even send your number now. But yeah, a couple of emojis in the middle of the number, and yeah, sooner or later they send the pictures down, and then obviously you're outside eBay and you can do what you like. So that's my little trick. And I say this all came on, and I'm pretty sure, again, there was an Amiga 500 in there, no cables, completely untested. Obviously I wasn't interested in that, but as I say, there was about 20 odd games with it. And what am I going to show you? I'm going to show you, obviously I've already shown you Beach Volley, that's still over there, I'm not going to grab that over here, but it's a really nice copy of Beach Volley, which again, I was saying around sort of 50, maybe 50, 60 quid value. And then, as I say, there was about 25 other games. The Amiga unit itself, which I've got quite a lot of spares, like power supply and whatnot, to test it, to sell it on. And I ended up, I think I offered him, I'm sure I offered him 180 quid. I think it was 150 quid posted, which again I think is a bit of a bargain. But as I say, Beach Volley, we say sort of 50 quid out of that. The Amiga itself, what, 40 quid, and then obviously the other games. I ended up bundling a lot of stuff together, and I think I got nearly 200 quid back. So moving on to the actual games out of that bundle, big box Rodland, which again's got a little bit of a crush, but I give it, it's a good 7. The box, all working, and it's a really cool game actually. Rodland, I've always liked Rodland. I've got the double pack somewhere with Double Dragon 3, so to have the original release is brilliant. We've got June, which I bought June 2 the other week. Not bad condition. I'll keep hold of this one because I haven't got it, and check it out. This is a nice condition game actually. Another one I didn't have. Big box Harlequin. I know I'm not a huge fan of this game, but I do like Gremlin graphics, so nice to add it to the collection. And then I should have shown this before I showed this earlier, but Toki was in there again. So I've got 2 Tokis now. I mean, the only reason I wanted that other bundle was more for Chase HQ, but the Toki I got with it, I mean, they're both in really nice condition, but they're, obviously I'll sell one of them. In fact, that was the one I got with a bundle. That was the one I got off Facebook, because that's just a bit of better condition, that one. So, yeah, Toki was in there, which again, I think about 25, 30 quid game. And then this one's interesting. I actually put a post of this on the Facebook Amiga group, because I've never seen it, and I think a lot of people get a little bit snobby when it comes to compilations. Like, you can pick them up dirt cheap, and I'm actually quite nostalgic about compilations because I had loads of them back in the day, but never saw this one. And the box is absolutely huge. Not particularly great games. I mean, Alien Syndrome's pretty good. Outrun I've got nostalgia for, even though it's a pretty dreadful port really. But really happy to add that to the collection, even though it's so big I can't really put it anywhere. I'll chuck it on a shelf somewhere, but it's not going to fit in my cabinet. And that was it, yeah. So I thought I got a pretty good deal out of it. That's 150 quid posted. Again, it was in a massive box. To be honest, he didn't box it that well, but luckily I told him which ones I really wanted out of it, and he seemed to wrap them up better within the box. So yeah, happy with those. And I'll show these ones next. Again, these were the other two games from Mark, Burnt Out Culture. So we've got Neo Contra. I've been after this game for a while. Probably loads of glare on it because Mark, the gent he is, he left the box protectors on there. And we've got this group, the Taking Retro Liberties group on WhatsApp. I know they do their streams on Friday nights. Check them out. They're really cool with Tootie and all that. Big Mike and Mark, Old School Variety Face, all them guys, top guys. But I know Mark's been getting rid of his PS2 collection, or thinning down the PS2 collection to fund Mega Drive collection. And yeah, he listed the games. I had a few of them, but I was definitely interested in Neo Contra and Ride M3. And I said, is there any more shooters in there? And he said about this one, and again, I'd never heard of it, Homura, which is really cool actually. I found it really hard. It's a hard shooter, but I don't think I've ever played a shooter like it, where you get to the end of the level, the end of the stage, and you get to choose whether you want to go left or right. I mean, it's a little bit like Outrun meets shoot 'em up. It's, yeah, really cool. But again, massive thanks again, Mark. Really happy with those. Top condition discs, as I say, it's like minters, absolute minters. So well happy with those. And then this was the last pickup. Again, all Amiga games, six titles. Yeah. Stirred by the front door. Yeah, last Amiga pickups. 6 games. None of them particularly cheap. They actually come from France. A guy, I think he lists a few bits on eBay, but he's actually got a shop in France, and yeah, top seemed like a nice fella. But yeah, nothing too cheap out of this bundle. I say 6 games. I'm sure it was about $260 altogether. So the first one, and I picked this up before I got that on the compilation. I still would have got this anyway, but this was fairly cheap. I think it was just about something like 20 quid, something like that. But obviously, the more stuff I put in, the more he knocked off. And that's the original release of Alien Syndrome. Really good game on the Amiga, that. And then the next one is Bubble Bobble. Again, I've got the Hit Squad release of this, but not the full release. So yeah, happy to get that in the collection. This one actually might got a really good deal on this. I probably overpaid on this a little bit because I'm sure it worked out I'm sure it was about $260 all in. But he was literally knocking sort of 10s and 20s off some of them to get the price down. But gods, I'm sure Mike picked this up for about 20 odd quid, and I'm sure I paid about 40 quid from this guy. But all these games are in really nice condition. I mean, these boxes, these Bitmap Brothers boxes, Magic Pockets is in a very similar one, and this cardboard here is the thinnest cardboard, so you usually see them in pretty poor condition, but these really nice, these ones. Next one, I don't really know why I bought this. Again, another game on that Big Box Sega compilation, and that's Big Box Shinobi. And I do like the game. Well, I love the game Shinobi. I think Shinobi's a great game, but not in the Amiga. This was another one actually. Mike got a bit of a bargain on that. I've paid a bit of a premium on, but oh well. It is what it is. Now these are the I think the best games from this bundle. I mean, you could argue Bubble Bobbles is a brilliant port, but Cabal is absolutely brilliant game. That's actually why I've been playing a bit of Wild Guns, because it's a bit like a Wild Guns clone, or well, actually Wild Guns is a clone of this. But absolutely brilliant game, lovely condition as well. If you've never played this, definitely check it out. Brilliant game. Again, another Ocean release in this. Last one's an Ocean release, and this is probably the most expensive game out of the lot. And it is Pang, big box Pang. Again, in really nice condition. So that's it. That's all me Amiga pickups. I'd say it's quite a lot of them, quite a lot to get through. But I'll try and do a bit of an update once a month. But I will probably get back onto the Mega Drive collection at some point, because again, we all have. Well, I have a little list of Amiga games I want and keep my eye out. Obviously, put them in my save list on eBay, and they're slowly dwindling. Like there's not much more I'm after. So yeah, I'm going to probably get back on the Mega Drive, but I'm probably slowing down the collection as well, because I've actually started putting Amiga and Mega Drive games in the loft. The games I'm probably never going to play, the fillers. Because the amount of Amiga game bundles I've picked up, what I'll usually, if I haven't got it and it's in really nice condition, I'll just keep it. So I've ended up probably with about 3 boxes of Amiga games up there, and I've started a Mega Drive box as well, because I'm just running out of shelf space. So anyway, that is the door again. So I'm going to leave it there. Hope you have a nice Christmas, and hope you get some lovely games.